everyone, you are on the Gonna Speed 252 show. Scroll down, click that subscribe button, become part of this awesome community. Alright guys, this is huge. Dream Giveaway is giving you the chance to win not one, but two incredible Corvettes. A brand new 2025 Corvette Z06 and a classic 1964 Stingray. That's right, the modern supercar meets timeless American muscle, and they could both be sitting in your garage. Plus, Dream Giveaway is throwing in $60,000 in cash to cover the taxes, so these cars are 100% yours. And the best part, every single entry helps support kids and great charities. You are not just entering to win, you guys, you are also making a difference in the world. Think about how that really makes everyone feel, that you're actually helping out kids and charities just by entering in this drawing, and also a chance to win two beautiful Corvettes and $60,000 in cash. But hurry, this giveaway ends soon. And right now, my followers get 3 times the entries automatically while using my code CG3X. It's already been applied for you. So hit that link in my pinned comment section. Grab your entries and just imagine finding up that beautiful Z06 and hearing that big block Stingray rumble next to it. But don't wait, these Corvettes can literally be yours. Good luck, and I hope one of my followers win. And once you do win, we'll get you on a Sunday episode. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Gonna Speed 252. We got my good friend Jesse here. You guys loved our last video, so I was like, Jesse, why not make another video? And this guy's super intelligent. Before we get into the video, actually, we want to get this video 1,000 likes. So anybody that clicks on this video right now, hit that thumbs up button. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. And I may do a special giveaway.
Yeah.
Why not? So 1,000 likes, a special giveaway be coming your way. Also, hit that subscribe button. Join both of our channels. We both greatly appreciate it. Leave your comments down below because he's going to provide you with some great information today. So I'm looking forward to hearing that, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. With that being said, Jesse, man, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be making another video with you, and the people love it. So right now we got a Z06.
Yep. Right here, a
Okay.
C6 Z06, by the way,
Z06.
which I will always say to this day. And I have the C6 Z06. I have a C8 Z06. I had a C7 Z06.
Man.
Sold it. All right. I was
You're
like,
Z06 now.
I'm a Z06 now. Yeah. I haven't ever had a C5 Z06 though. So like that has not ever been a thing. But for me, man, I love the C6 Z06. To me, it's pound for pound the best car, sports car ever made in the history of man, and there's nobody that can really truly and honestly debate me over there with facts and beat me in a debate over that, because you just can't. Like, what car in the world came with an LS7 7-liter 505 horsepower from the factory, can do mid-11s in the quarter mile, but actually the record stock for these things with a drag radial on it was 10.8 seconds in the quarter mile. It's a manual transmission, 6-speed. It has a trunk that can hold like a freaking cow. You know, the car looks good, and even on bone stock, on a stock gas tank, this thing can go over 400 miles on one tank of fuel.
Wow.
And it's only a 17-gallon tank. It's not like it's a 25-gallon or something crazy. 17-gallon tank, and the car weighs 3,150 pounds. And by the way, my particular one is 226,000 miles on the original motor. Let me know a vehicle out there, a sports car that can do everything I just said. Let me know. You can't.
How many miles did it again, Jesse?
226,000 miles, original
man.
miles on this original motor. The bottom end of this car, so the whole short block, has never been refreshed ever.
Original motor?
Original motor.
Jesse, no.
The only thing I've been refreshing every 100,000 miles, basically on average, was the cylinder heads, right? So at the 100,000 mile point, the cylinder heads on this thing got a refresh. At the 200,000 mile point, it got another refresh. That's it. Besides,
can we see it, Jesse?
Oh yeah, let's pop the hood.
Man, 226,000 miles.
Insert Fast and Furious quote, pop the hood.
Pop the hood. And 26,000 miles on this bad boy. OMG.
So here's under the hood. Now, obviously, this is a little bit modified. When I say a little bit modified, quite a bit modified. Right now, I have a supercharger on it. It's a Magnuson supercharger. It's a 2.3 liter supercharger. I have a heads and cam package from, the heads are from WCCH, which is West Coast Cylinder Heads. And then the cam is from BTR, Brian Tooley Racing, stage 4 positive displacement blower cam in it. And then outside of that, on the motor side of it, that's really about it. Heads, cam, blower, and a stock OEM, short block that's never been refreshed. I never built the motor. There's no rods and pistons aftermarket or anything like that. The thing is stock bottom end. It makes about 580 horsepower to the wheels because I have a bigger pulley on it. So I'm not trying to make a lot of boost. I'm trying to keep the thing reliable. So it's only 5 pounds of boost. So this isn't one of your Texas 2K cars that's making 30 pounds of boost and making thousands of horsepower. Nah, 580, and I keep it like that. The reason why 580 works with this kind of car is this car weighs 3,150 pounds from the factory.
Wow.
So it's very, very light. So when you have a light car, you don't need to make 1,000,000 horsepower. The lightness helps it a lot. That's the kind of the Porsche way right there. You don't have to make 6, 7, 8, 900 horsepower. Just keep the car super light and it makes up for it. And that's why these cars are so great, because they're super, super light. The entire body of this car from the factory is like fiberglass and plastic. Look at that, fiberglass. So this is original body right here. It's all fiberglass. It all pushes in. It all, look at, come here, watch this, watch this, watch this. This is from the factory,
Really?
Everything is just plastic and fiberglass. That's why it's super light. But the chassis is very, very rigid. The chassis is an aluminum chassis, unlike the stock base C6, which is a steel chassis. So aluminum chassis helps make it lighter, super rigid. But the reason why this car looks a little crazy, right? Some people are probably looking at these wheels, looking at how the camber is up front, looking at, how the offset is and why these are poked out so much. The reason why is because this is a drift car. So this particular car I use for drifting, and I have a Wise Fab steering angle kit on it. So the suspension on the inside, now let me see if I can turn the wheel a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. But the if you look at the upper and lower control arms on the car, they're blue, and that's because I'm using the Wise Fab steering angle kit so I can get more steering angle with the car. Let me fire it up real quick so I can turn this thing. Woo! Woo!
All right.
The thing's a beast.
Still
Sounds healthy. All right, so if you come over here or even over there, whichever way you can get a better view at, you can see my suspension on it. So if you look through there, you see my feel coilovers. And then you can look underneath, and up top you'll see the upper and lower control arms are blue because they're from Wise Fab. This allows me to get a ton of steering angle with the car. So you see that right there? If you notice that my car can, my front wheels steer a lot more to the right and left than your normal stock sports car vehicles. And this is what helps me drift. So when you see drifters out there drifting, it's not that we go take a stock steering angle car and start getting around the track. People look at it, it's like, oh, how you do that? When I try doing it, I'm spinning out. Well, the reason why is because you don't have a steering angle kit. Steering angle allows your steering angle to go from, 25, 26, 27 degrees to like 60 degrees of angle. So I have like probably over 60 degrees of steering angle up front, which allows me to keep the car in drift, sliding without spinning out. And that's why that's super important. And then when you move to the inside of the car, let's move to the inside. You can stay on this side and I'll go on the other side so I can explain. Look at some of the interior components of it. So looking at the interior side of the car, this stick right here is not my shifter. This is my shifter. This big stick right here is the party stick. When you pull this thing, you better hold on and get ready because we're about to go into a slide. What this does is it locks the rear wheels. So typically if you pull your e-brake, that can lock your rear wheels if you're trying to, induce a slide with the vehicle. But this is difficult to sit there and pull up and down and all that stuff. It's in a weird, awkward place. So when you're drifting, you need to grab something quick. So then you install this, which is your hydraulic e-brake, this connects to your rear brake pads
Okay.
for your car, and then allows you to lock those rear wheels so that you can put yourself in a slide and then begin your drift. And then while you're in the drift, if you need to continue to manipulate the slide, you continue to pull this. But when you pull it, you have to clutch in, because if you don't clutch in, you're going to lock up everything and like lock up your drivetrain. It's going to be all bad. So you got to clutch in so you can disengage the motor and all that stuff from, you know, the rest of the drivetrain, and then you clutch in, or sorry, you're clutched in, you pull the e-brake, it locks the rear wheels, and then once you let go of there, then you let go of the clutch too to get the wheels back engaged so you can power through.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long you been drifting, brother?
I've been drifting since about 2020.
What?
2020.
So what made you decide to use the C6 to do that?
Well, the reason why I wanted to use the C6 to do this was mainly because when you're doing drift stuff, right, it's very, very aggressive. There's a lot going on, and you don't want to, I guess, go grab a ridiculously expensive car to do it, right? If you're going to start, right? And I was learning, already had this C6 Z06. I had already been daily driving it, using it for road coursing, using it for drag racing, all that stuff. But I was like, you know what? Hey, when I was starting to drift, I was like, you know what? I need something to get into drifting. I'm not gonna go buy an extra car. I'll just use this. Now, some people will say this is an expensive car to start drifting with. I was like, you know what? It's yeah, maybe, but I already had it, and it was already at, by that point, almost 200,000 miles, I guess, at that point. So I was like, why not?
Yeah, makes sense. So did you buy this car originally just to drift? Did you ever daily drive it at all?
No, I did not buy this to drift. This didn't even become a drift car until, like I said, about 2020 or so.
Okay.
So prior to 2020, I bought this car in 2013.
Okay.
So 2013, 2014, 2015, this car was my daily driver, and it was my road course track day car. So I was doing track days usually at least once or so a month, sometimes twice a month. I would go to Auto Club Speedway. I would go to Willow Springs, Streets of Willow. I would go to all those different tracks with this, and it was my road course car, but it didn't have the suspension on it and all this stuff. It was still basically stock suspension for the most part. Then I threw some KWs on it, and those KW Club Sports V3s were pretty good for this car to help it handle even better.
Okay.
And then I started getting into the NASCAR world and started racing in NASCAR professionally. Once I started doing that and doing it more full time, I didn't have time to keep tracking this, and I didn't have extra money to keep tracking this. So because all my money was going towards just making my racing career happen. So I just basically turned this into my daily, and I was dailying it every single day.
Wow.
And then after a while, after dailying it for a long time, I was like, man, I need to figure out something to do with this car that's fun. So I was like, oh, you know, maybe I can turn it into a car that I do some drag racing with. So, you know, I started focusing on trying to make it my drag car, and then like I started breaking stuff and like, real quick. Yeah, like axles and things like that. I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. So then I decided, once I started learning a little bit more about drifting and getting more into drifting, I was like, you know what if I just make this my drift car? Unlike Matt Field, who's in Formula Drift, has a C6 Corvette that he uses for drifting. Daigo Sato in Japan had a C6 Corvette that he was using for drifting. So I was like, okay, if these people are drifting with the Corvette and it's working for them, I already have my Z06. It's already basically paid off. I'm good. So like, why don't I just use it for my drift car? And then that's what led me towards turning into a drift car. I've had this car for 12 years now.
Wow, okay. So since you had this car for 12 years, I'm about to ask another question. Why do you think this car lasted for 226,000 miles? Because a lot of Corvette owners will never get to half the time 42,000 miles like you have on your Z06 C8 Corvette. And we're talking about 226,000 miles on a Corvette.
Yeah, most people won't take their car. I mean, there's plenty of C6 Z06 owners out there who are maybe, like you said, 40,000, 50,000 miles or so, 60,000. I mean, most people would consider this thing high mileage once it gets past 80,000 miles.
Wow.
And I'm at 226,000 miles with mine. Did I ever think it was going to get up to this point? No, but it has, and it keeps on running. And you know, some people wonder, you know, what's my maintenance schedule on this? Honestly, I don't even do the level of maintenance that you would think I would do to keep this up. Honestly, all I do is just my oil changes. That's it. And if any little minor thing breaks or wears out, then I replace it. I've went through a bunch of starters, went through a bunch of supercharger belts because that likes to rip a lot.
Right.
I'm on my third transmission. The only reason I'm on my third transmission is the first one went out because I was at a road course track. I actually let my friend drive the car. He went over something and it cut like one of the lines, the cooling lines for the transmission or something like that. And when that happened, I was like, oh crap, I gotta go get that replaced. So We kind of jimmy rigged it at the track so that we could still have fluid. We got it to a shop and then replaced the line. And then when we replaced the line, I guess they didn't fill up the fluid properly.
What?
So it didn't have enough fluid in the transmission on my original transmission, and then it ate itself alive. I like was driving one day, and then like a few hours into a drive, all of a sudden the transmission just seized. I was like, oh my gosh! So I had to replace the trans.
Did they pay for that?
No, they didn't. It was so stupid. Like I knew, like it was crazy. Luckily, thank God, like I found another one for like, I don't know, $1,500. They weren't super expensive. But you know, not like the Z06 transmissions. Yeah. So anyways, had to do that. And then the second transmission, had it for a long time. That worked for a while, but then my differential, which was my original differential for this car, finally ate itself alive after all its 200,000 miles of driving. It finally just ate itself alive. So when I went to get a new differential, the place I was buying it from, they only sold the diff and the trans together, so they wouldn't sell them separate. So I'm like, what the heck? So I had to buy another trans and the diff together. And at that point, I'm like, well, my second trans already has a decent amount of miles on it. It's not broke, but since I have to buy this other trans and it is lower mileage, I'm just gonna put that in. So that's why I'm on my third trans. Really, I should just be on my second trans, but I'm on my third. But once again, these things aren't expensive. You could break a trans every year. It's like you'll spend $1,500 maybe.
Gotcha.
It's not much. T56, it's not bad.
So you said one of your biggest maintenance is just an oil change. What type of oil do you put in the C6?
I think I do like 10W30, Mobile 1, high mileage, a 75,000 plus mile one.
Okay.
That's about it. So nothing else crazy.
You change it yourself?
No. I just, funny enough, I just go to like the quick service places.
No way.
Yeah. You don't have to go to like anything crazy special. Like if people, like there's nothing crazy special about the car. You have two drain plugs, and then you fill up your oil. That's it. Like there's nothing crazy. I would do it myself if I had like a lift at my house, so I could do it. I mean, not that you need a lift. You don't actually have to have a lift, but it's so much easier, so much cleaner if you have one and you have the proper way to dispose of the oil, because these things carry a lot of oil.
Really? More than the Z06?
This is
C8?
About 11 quarts now.
Okay.
Yeah, 11 quarts. I modified the normal capacity for 2006, 2007, I think, and even 2008 was like 7 quarts or something like that. But then, or not 7 quarts, sorry, 8 quarts. But then in 2009, they upgraded it to where it's like 11 quarts or something. So I did that modification to make it to where it's 11 quarts, and that's what keeps this thing alive, because I have 11 quarts of oil in the thing. You have a dry sump system already. Jeez. So all this together just keeps it alive. Cars, engines, all that stuff will stay alive if you keep them cool, if you keep them oiled up, and you don't have them detonating. No detonation, oil is always flowing, and you keep them cool. Things will live forever.
A question. I'm the type of guy, truly, like literally, I say this all the time in all of my videos. If a motor goes or a transmission goes, I'm out. I'm out. Because I don't like dealing with car problems.
Yeah.
But for you, what would you do if something happened with the motors? I know you replaced the transmission.
Yeah.
Would you consider just buying another C6? Or would you say, no, I'm just going to repair this?
Oh, I just repair this. It'd be a lot cheaper to repair this motor than it would be to go buy because if I went to go buy another C6 Z06, even the highest mileage one out there, you're still low 30-something grand. That could go build a pretty good motor for way less than 30-something grand. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I would just go literally get just another motor. I'd go get another LS7 if I could find one, or just I figure out what motor would work best for whatever I'm doing with it.
That makes sense, because I heard a lot of positive things about an LS7. Now, I got into Corvettes in the C7 generation. All Corvettes, I just know much about it. Heard a lot about LS7. What can you tell us about LS7, brother, that you heard is so good about the LS7?
Well, the good things about the LS7 is they make power, decent power, right? Now, the LS7 isn't the motor that you want, like stock, that you can go make 1,000 horsepower with. It's not that. Like, it's an NA motor. These things, maximum you really want to push them to stock is maybe 700 something max, but really you don't want to push them more than that, because unless you're maybe nitrous could still, I don't know, but like, but when it comes to boost, turbos, or supercharger, you really don't want to push these things more than like 7-8 pounds of boost, and then just keep it like that. On E85, even on E85 naturally aspirated, really good heads, really good cam, you can make, up to about 650 horsepower to the wheels. Wow. Naturally aspirated, which once again, if you think about it, if you're making 650 to the wheels and you only weigh like 3,100 pounds, I mean, you're going to be cooking. Like this is a low 10-second car, even at just like, almost 600 horsepower to the wheels. So it's quick. You don't need to make 1,000,000 horsepower with it. So yeah, the LS7 is a good, strong motor. Now there are inherent issues that people have run into, right? There's always this scare and thing about the cylinder heads for the LS7 dropping valves, right? So there was this thing going on where some people, either low mileage, higher mileage, whatever, they were dropping valves with their car. And I was like, man, that's crazy. That was a big scare. So there is a fix you can do for your cylinder heads to fix that. You spend a few grand and then you're done. You don't have to have that worry ever again. There's plenty of options for it. I went through West Coast Cylinder Heads to do it. No big deal. But once again, that's the one thing that people will give this car a downer for. They're like, oh, the heads. Okay, fix it. And we're almost 20 years now into these cars being around. Most of them are fixed. And if they're not fixed, and they're still stock and they're still around today and they have no issue, they're probably not gonna have any issues. It was only a very small percentage of these cars that had that issue. It was like maybe, I don't even know if it was up to 5% maybe that even had that issue. So it's not like every car did, only some did, which just like the Z06, right? Some cars had DCT issues, some cars had engine issues. Sure. It happens, like, you know, Porsche, you know, those guys are really good at hiding their issues. Like when they do have mass issues, they just don't talk about it. Whereas for Corvette guys, we have an issue of like, when we have issues, we want to just talk to the whole world about it so that the whole world can think negatively about the cars.
That's
why, I don't
point,
know.
Brother.
You know, the Porsche guys, they don't. They're like,
really
hey,
point.
we have this issue, let's keep it down because we need to keep our values up, right?
That makes sense.
Corvette guys are like, oh, let's go complain to the world. I'm gonna cry about my car that I'm gonna keep forever. Like, what? Like, just shut up. Like, go fix your issue and keep going.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. So I noticed this is yellow. What made you wrap it?
Yeah, so because I drifted, right? So like the original paint on, actually most of the car's original paint, not all of it. It has been in a couple little accidents. Some girl hit me on the road. Why, I don't know.
Why
but
you drifting?
No, I wasn't drifting, but she put me into a drift though.
Oh man.
Yeah, by hitting me. So we're turning, we're on two lanes that were turning left, and then we started turning left, and she just, something happened. She ran out of talent, ran out of whatever, and then just kept going straight and then hit me, and then turned me around into like the freaking curb. Like I went up a curb and everything. It was crazy. So, and then afterwards she lied to her insurance and told her insurance that it was my fault. Which was just crazy. Like, how is it? I'm on the outside lane turning left. You're on the inside, and then you hit me. Like, how did it? Doesn't even make like run through. Not even just like hit me. Like run through me. Like turn me around. Everything. Like, doesn't even make sense. So yeah, that happened. But the car was still fun. This car's been through a lot, but it's all good. I'm keeping it forever.
I can tell.
I'm keeping it forever. This thing
like it has some
battle
history, is what we call it.
Battle tested.
I mean, battle tested. It might be an understatement, Jesse.
Let me
but
show
I'm
you
just
this
being
trunk.
nice.
Let me show you this trunk here. Look at this thing. So when I was talking about space, what other sports car in the world can do this? I got two 18-inch wheels with tires on it. I got this little bag with a lot of extra goodies in it. I have my tool bag. Usually I have my my jack with me. I just forgot to put it in. Actually, I didn't. It was heavy. I didn't want to put it in. My jack will fit right here. I got an extra helmet here. I got this water thing here. I got oil. I got other little things. I got a jack stand right here.
Wow.
Some other extra tools. All that fits in here. Every one of the, and I still have space. I still got space up there for some more stuff. What sports car can fit all this stuff so you can go to the track and then not only fit it, but be able to do this? You fit it all and it closes still.
Wow.
Name another sports car that does it. You can't do it. You can't. That's what I'm saying. Pound for pound, well, how can you beat this? How can you say that there is something that actually is better for the price? Right now you can get these for $30,000 to $45,000. Name something in this realm that can do everything this can do. Drag race, drift, road course, fit all this stuff in, go on long road trips across the country if you wanted to. Stock motor can still do 400 miles on one tank of fuel and look this good. You can't.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, brother, you just provided a lot of great information for a person who's hoping to get their C6 to 226.
You can do it. You can do it. Stay off the limiter, keep it cool, and keep the oil running, and you should be good. And keep a lot of oil in it.
All righty. Well, brother, we appreciate you for joining us on another episode of Seagoing Speed 252. And again, get this video a thumbs up. Let's get it to 1,000 likes. And also hit that subscribe button and leave your comments down below. And if you're interested in having your car on a Sunday episode, send me an email and let's try to get you on the channel. With that being said, we're out, Jesse.
Boom.